Welcome to a Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons review. This time we're going to be looking at the Leader Class Starscream figure. Now I've been very excited for this figure for the past year, ever since it was first announced at BotCon of 09. Rumors of this figure first appeared for the first movie when a Leader Starscream and Voyager Bone Crusher were rumored at Hobbylink Japan, but then they were soon debunked, and then rumors of another Leader Class Starscream appeared not too long after our first movie came out, and then it was officially announced BotCon 09, and more than a year later it's finally out. So this is a figure I've been waiting for basically for 3 years, so I'm very excited about it. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here we have Starscream in his jet mode, and just first off I just want to say that this is fantastic. It is much more than I ever hoped it would be. As awesome as I thought the Voyager version was, this one is twice as awesome. It does have a couple of faults in it, but I'll get to those in a second. It does go for more of a natural aircraft gray as opposed to the original Voyager one, which had more of a tan brownish color. And the tattoos pop up very nicely. They don't look too cheesy or anything, and they, for the most part, the tattoos are the same from the Voyager version, but they just took advantage of the size and just made them a little bit more detailed. And does have a little seat in there. The canopy does not come off though. And he does have two missiles here, which do come off, and you can pretend they're firing, as the thrusters there on the back. And one very surprising thing I really like about this figure, for whatever reason, on the landing gear, they're just not pieces of plastic. They actually spin a little bit, so when you have him on your table you can actually have him rolling around, which is actually pretty cool. I can't think of any jet transformer that actually has rotating wheels. So let's compare him to his slightly older ROTF Voyager Starscream. You see the difference in the color. This one, it's more camouflage gray, and this one's just the overall just looks so much better. Just the change in color really improves a lot. And you can see how much bigger he is now. One thing that this is lacking though that the other one didn't is that's a lot of kibble on the bottom of it compared to the older one. It's more clean. This one just has a little bit more bulk to the underneath of it, but it's not bad at all. It's not, I mean, it's not even close to being as bad as the first movie Starscream, which was horrible as far as in that department goes. But yeah, this is a fantastic jet mode, and I say it's comparable to the masterpiece Starscream jet mode that came out a couple years ago. Alright, so let's go ahead and convert him to robot mode. Before I proceed with the transformation, I just want to pinpoint one thing I forgot. Press this Decepticon symbol right here.
No one can defeat Starscream.
And he goes through a couple of his sounds.
No one can defeat Starscream.
Alright, so first I'm going to take off the missiles here. Set them off to the side for now. Go back to the bottom. Remove what will become his gun later on. And then fold up the landing gear. Detach the legs from the bottom of the jet, and then they will fold down like this. Okay, and then I'll focus on the legs in a little bit. Just want to get the rest of the robot here out of the way. Go back to the top. Detach these parts of the wings here. Those will allow it to fold up. And take this section here, collapse it down. Actually, before you finish that, there's a little piece right here that needs to fold up, and this kind of helps keep it up and allow the head to come out later on. The arms are right here. Separate them out, which can be a little bit tricky. There we go. The fingers can kind of get stuck a lot. No. Plus, you need to flatten these out a little bit too, so they can rotate up. Okay. And then, if you see it best from this view, you need to go to this double hinge and fold it up like that. So allow them to go all the way up. Or legs, I mean. Okay. Move the camera up a little bit. Rotate these pieces out. Need to be very careful of these, because on my first one, I mentioned that my figure was broken. The first one I got, one of these was actually broken off. Out of the package, because there's a screw that goes in from the inside, and I tried to figure out if I could replace it or not, but I couldn't. But anyway, just finish rotating. Oh, and bring these pieces out a little bit more. This little piece right here needs to come up, and it'll connect right there. Do it again on this side. Okay, and then these hinges here will attach to pegs there on the inside, and then fold that down a little bit. And finally can bring down the nose cone, fold it out to reveal the head, snap the waist in place like that, and want to make sure this golden piece here is snapped all the way up. Go to the top of the wings here, fold the tips out. Alright, now go to the legs. Fold this little piece of the foot up, his heel. Okay, and just fold this piece back up. And there's a double hinge here to give him kind of a chicken look. Oh, wrong one. And then spread open his fingers. His shoulders, you can either leave his shoulders like that or extend them out a little bit, and you see a little hydraulics there, but it gives him a little bit wider look, which I really like. That's already done over there. And spread open his fingers. Okay. And then you can store the missiles in the back. There. One more missile. And you can put his gun. You can store the gun on his back right here. You can either have it downwards, pointing down, or pointing up. I prefer it this way just because it just sticks out a little bit less. There you have him in robot mode. So here we have him in his robot mode, and I want to just say right off the bat, it is freaking amazing. I love him to death. He has so much detail. He's just absolutely amazing. It's much more than I thought it would be. Just to get the grand scope of him, let's move him out a little bit. Bring him out Leader Prime. See, he is a little bit taller and just a lot bigger overall, especially width-wise. And here he is compared to his Voyager counterpart. Now he has a buttload of articulation. His head can rotate around. His shoulders can move in and out and rotate around. His fingers are kind of individually articulated. At least 2 of them are, but then these can also move. As you saw, he has multiple joints in his legs, so you can get a wide range of poses out of him. His feet are actually fairly stable. If you get his legs just right, they can pretty much support his weight. And he has a lot of features too. First, one of the biggest things that leaders have are voice boxes, and this one's no different. You pull on the canopy here.
No one can defeat Starscream.
And his mouth moves a little bit, and his eyes and chest light up.
Decepticons will crush the Autobots.
And he has those 2 different sounds there. Another one here, which goes the transformation sound. And this is the same one that uses jets. Not really useful in this mode, but it's still there. And his main weapon, detach from the back. Fold this little piece down to attach it. You can attach it to either arm, but he really only uses it on this arm in the film, so I really only attach to that one. Fold in his hand and attach it. And there's his main missile launcher, and you can put either of the missiles in it, like so. And it shoots pretty good. I just shot myself with it. But he also has a couple other weapons that I really do like on this arm, since I have it out. Both arms have little red switches right here. Pull them out, and his forearm transforms into a missile launcher. You can see that a little bit closer, which is awesome. And similar on the right arm, a Gatling gun pops out. So that's really cool. It's probably one of my favorite features in any Transformer. Is just his arms being able to transform into his weapons, and just multitude of different weapons. I really can't think of anything I don't like about this figure. The transformation gets getting used to. The robot mode, but even after a couple real tricky parts with the transformation, it's still really fun and addicting. The jet mode is fantastic. It's super realistic. The robot mode is just, I hate to use the term, but it's the only way I could describe it. It's just a masterpiece, along with ROTF Leader Prime. They're probably the best figures in the entire series. They're so accurate, and it's so accurate, it's so detailed, it has a lot of fun to it, it's big, and it's a lot more than I could have hoped for. So I'm not disappointed in this figure at all. Been waiting for it for 3 years or so, and I recommend everyone to go get this. It's such a great figure and just worth the price tag it comes with. I really think it's really worth picking up for roughly $40 that they suggest in retail. So recommend it for any Transformer fan. That's about as basic as I can make it. Just such a great toy. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching.